All right, Pyromanians. We're quarantine day 13. We got hero workout Brenton. 5 rounds for time, 100 feet bear crawl. So you can be crawling on all four, right? So your feet and your hands. So you're in order to make this an actual bear crawl by standard, you have to make your the palm of your hand has to touch the ground. So you can't just glaze the ground with your fingers. So that's 100 feet of bear crawl and 100 feet standing broad jump. So 2 feet takeoff, 2 feet landing. The catch is every five jump. So you're going to jump 100 feet, but every five, you have to stop and do 3 burpees. So your burpees are static and you go 100 feet. So for the 100 feet, the tricky part is to find either 100 feet straight, or you're going to do 25 feet 4 times, or 20 feet 5 times, or if you're at home, you might end up doing a 10 or a 15 feet. So that's going to be tricky, and there's going to be a lot of turning around. And the crappy part with this is if you end up 1 foot away from the line and you're doing one jump, that's where, like, do you count this as one jump? Like, it's tricky. So anyway, we're not doing this to win the games, right? So just adjust accordingly. It's not going to be perfect. Obviously, the longest straight line that you have, the better. So if you have something like 20, 25 feet, that should be pretty good. Like a long hallway at home.
If
Or,
not, make like a square like in your living room instead of like turning around, just
yeah,
go around your living room.
yeah, whatever works. You could do like a curved line, whatever gives you the longest straight line. I would totally do this outside. If you're doing this outside, let's say like on a sidewalk or the street or a parking lot, obviously away from everyone, I would probably wear gloves, right? Just for the bear crawl and just, it's just annoying. Here's the catch: if you have a weight vest, wear that weight vest. If you don't have a weight vest, you could wear something with some weight, like a backpack with some weight. Just be careful because when you're doing bear crawl, you're gonna be inclined. So if you have a backpack,
Yeah, that might just
that might
not.
not work. It's not ideal, but anyway, I would probably do this without weight. It's gonna do a big difference in your time if you're wearing a weight vest or not. So yeah, but hopefully you guys invest in a weight vest. I think there's a couple things you need as a CrossFitter. You need a skipping rope, good pair of shoes, and a weight vest. It's gonna get you a long way. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Expect 10 to 15 minutes, depending on your intensity, but you should scale accordingly to make it about that time, right? If you do one round in 5 minutes, that's just too much, right? So 2 minutes, 3 minutes per round top. That should give you about 15. But yeah, try to maintain that intensity. If you can't maintain that intensity, just do 75 feet of each instead of 100 feet. That should be pretty good. I wouldn't scale the bear crawl, like everybody can do this. The broad jump, everybody can do this. Everybody's gonna have different jumps, right? If you do long jumps, you're covering more distance, but it's more taxing also, right? It's more explosive power. It's a little bit difference there. And as far as warm up goes, like, you don't need much. If you're outside, I would just go for a lap around the block, a 2 minute jog, 2 minute static jog, do a couple jumping jacks, do a couple burpees, do a couple lengths of your bear crawl, do a couple jumps.
I would get some
Uh,
squats in
yeah,
with those
get some
broad
range of
jump.
motion, right? Like a good, you can't go wrong with a good head to toe mobility, dynamic movement, right? So stretch your neck, shoulders, your torso, your hips. Get on the ground into that lunge position, right, and drive your hips forward. Do the Samson stretch that we've been doing a lot at the gym.
If you're
Um,
doing my Zoom class, we'll go through a warm up before something like 10 minutes. Yeah,
you should
get some
totally do the
mobility.
Zoom class. They're fun. It's coached, right? So we're experts. Yeah, I'd like to call myself an expert because we've been doing this for a long time, and our interest is making you better. So if you're taking the Zoom class, we want to make you better. So that's our goal. So you're gonna get everything out of this.
It's also good because, like, as a coach, I can see your room where you're doing your workout, and sometimes you just don't think about something, and yeah, you just need ideas. Like today it was pull ups, and someone was about to do ring rows, and we just find a way to do strict pull up.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need someone else to look at it,
Yeah.
and also at your reps.
Yeah. Totally. So yeah, use our expertise. And then we have a conditioning piece, which is kind of your accessory work. So 5 rounds of 400 meters, and you're gonna rest 1 minute in between.
This is good.
So low volume there, increase the intensity, you get a little rest, so you should be able to get a faster 400.
Yeah.
Just watch out if you run outside, it's still icy. And then I got a little core, so plank hold, so just holding on your plank position on your elbows. You do just the straight plank 1 minute, and then side plank 1 minute each. The side plank is definitely harder, right? Like usually by 30, 45 seconds, that should start to burn pretty good. And then mobility, if you can do the round wad, do the round wad. Otherwise, do the pigeon, both sides 2 minutes each. The couch stretch, 2 minutes per side, and then a straddle for 3 minutes. That should be pretty good. Yeah, and then we'll probably do more upper body mobility tomorrow. And then you'll also find on our programming the mini BRENTON for the kids. So it's 5 rounds for time with 50 feet bear crawl, 50 feet broad jump, and then the same thing every 5 broad jump, 3 burpees. So just less volume for the kids. They'll be able to maintain the intensity. It's good, right? And lastly, whenever you do a hero workout, try to push a little bit harder, right? Because there's a purpose behind this. This guy was a field training officer with the Seattle Police Department. He was 39 years old and got killed by a drive-by shooting while on duty on October 31st, 2009. He had a son and a daughter. So I think this is so meaningful when you do these workouts because that's somebody that was real. These people were CrossFitters, and like whatever, if they had a family or not doesn't really matter. But
Well,
it does. But what I'm saying is that it's not why we should be doing this when they have kids or not. But he has a son and a daughter, right? So these kids are growing up without their father, which pretty sad. So anyway, give it a purpose, go hard, and I'll be doing this at the fire hall probably with a SCBA on. It's gonna be different than a weight vest, but that's just what it is. My time's gonna be slower for sure, but I'm not doing this for time. So yeah, it's gonna be good. I tried to make this 5 minutes, didn't happen.
Yeah. Bye, guys.